What's going on, YouTube? Alright, so today on the Z, I'm gonna be working on the exhaust. So as of right now, I have this really bad rattling. I have this really bad rattling from my exhaust. So what I have, my setup is I have ISR long tube headers to an ISR Y pipe and a Circuit Works exhaust, single exit. So when I had the exhaust, or when I put the exhaust on, I had the stock headers, the cats, and it sounded pretty good. It sounded really aggressive. And then maybe a few days later, I ended up finding the long tube headers on OfferUp. Yeah, I live in a war zone. But and after I got that installed, I started getting this weird rattling. Sounds like a baby's toy. Like when I hit about 25 to 3,000 RPM, you'll start hearing like that. And then when I decelerate, say I'm at like 35 and I'm decelerating, right when it hits below 3,000 to the like around the 25 area, you'll hear it again. It'll go like that. I did a lot of research, read a lot of threads. At first I thought it was the resonator, but now after all the reading, I believe it's the Y pipe. So everyone's been saying that the flex joints, which is the little hornet's nest right there, they vibrate when there's just too much air passing through. And when they vibrate, they make that rattling sound. Because there's no cats and there's no air restriction, because everything is just basically open now, the flex joints can't handle it. So it starts vibrating, and when it starts vibrating, all that sound just travels through the exhaust, and it sounds like, you know, it's coming from the back. It's pretty bad. So what I did was I bought some new Y pipe, a new Y pipe, from Z1 Motorsports. This is the 3-piece. See, no flex joint, just straight. It's a 3-piece. It's got the clamps, hardware. But yeah, so what I'll do is I'll give you guys an example of what it sounds like. I'll rev it a bit and hopefully you guys can hear it, and then I'm gonna install this and hopefully that rattle goes away, because it's kind of embarrassing. You know, people hear me coming from like a block away and they're expecting this. I sound like a fucking Honda. Literally, I sound like a fart can. It sounds, I mean, you can hear the VQ, but it sounds like a fart can. It sounds like a Honda. Not dissing on Hondas, but it sounds like a Honda. And then they see me coming and it's a Z, and that's pretty embarrassing. So let's see how it goes. So let me rev it up for you guys so you guys can hear what it sounds like. All right, that's a pretty good angle. Let's see if we can get the sound. Yeah, so hopefully the video picked it up, but you can hear upon deceleration right when the rev goes up, and then when it slightly goes down, you can hear kind of a and it sounds even worse when driving. So let's see how it goes. All right, so far I got the white pipe off. So basically it's just you know, 2 screws right there, 2 screws right there, 2 screws right there. So that's 6. I can't really tell you guys the millimeters because for some weird reason my kits came with different sizes. So now it's time to install the Z1. But first what I have to do is, because it's 3 pieces, so this is still loose from the connection right here, I have to kind of get the orientation right so it can line up to the headers. And then after that, put the gasket, put the screws, but don't tighten it because it's just to line it up. And after everything is lined up, then you tighten the 2 brackets right there, or the 2 clamps, I mean, facing upwards too. You want it to face upwards, because if you face it downwards and your car is dumped, that shit might scratch, you know, like let's say you're going over a bump or something, you know, or there's something on the floor on the freeway or some shit, even just a slight hit and that shit will you know, bend the white pipe or something. So make sure, because let me show you guys the clamp. See, that's where you tighten it. That has to face upwards so it can clear everything. So let me line it all up first. So when you line it up, you're just gonna see, so it's still loose, like you could still move it left and right so you can get the orientation right. Put the gasket, put the screws, but don't tighten it. Same thing to the mid pipe. Everything lines up, then you tighten the clamps. After you tighten the clamps, then you tighten all the screws and nuts. So let's do that right now. All right, so I did end up losing a lot of time, had a lot of other stuff that just happened, so I did lose a lot of light, but everything is on. Let me get closer. I just busted my knee too. I was crawling and I hit my knee on one of the control arms or something. Anyways, okay, so it's on. Everything is nice and tight. The clamps are tight. Z1, that's tight. That's tight. All the way down, this is tight. All the way to the resonator and then back to the exhaust. All right, so I'm gonna pause it. Oh, my knee hurts so bad right now. Woo. Okay, so I'm gonna pause it. I'm gonna get the camera in a good angle and fingers crossed. All right, I'm left-handed. Fingers crossed that the rattle goes away. Wish me luck, guys and gals. Wish me luck. Here we go. All right, here we go. Car is still lifted. It's okay, but here we go. Let's see what it sounds like. Oh, my knee. Oh, my fucking knee. Oh yeah, and if anybody's in the SoCal area, I will be selling my ISR white pipe. It's practically still brand new, no scratches. Yeah, it's for the DE, not the HR. All right, here we go. rattling. I did not hear any rattling. I'm a little excited, but we can't say we're finished until we do a little drive. So let's see if we hear any rattling during the drive. Oh shit. All right, so I don't have a phone mount at the moment, so I'm just gonna drive. Pardon my shifting, I'm gonna have to shift and the camera's gonna go down, so pardon that. I do hear a little clearance issues. It sounds like something is rubbing, so I am gonna take a look at that again. But the main issue that I'm trying to fix is the rattle between 2000 or 2500 RPM to 3000. So let's see if it's still there. I really hope the camera picks it up. Let me close this. Ah, shit. Yeah, there she goes. All right, here we go. Pardon, like I said, pardon my fucking shifting. Jeez, how do I do this? Fuck it, here we go. Oh yeah. That sounds good. That sounds pretty good. Make a quick turn off the second gear. Sounds good. I'm not hearing the rattling. Maybe just a little bit. Just it's not as bad though. It's not as bad as when I had the ISR wide pipe. It's still kind of like makes a slight hissing, rattling, something like that, but it's not as loud. But you know what? I'm gonna have to keep driving for a while just to see, maybe it needs to break in. Ooh, she sounds so aggressive. I love it. I love that VQ sound. All right, back in my neighborhood. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That sounds good. Put it back in first gear. Sorry for the camera if I was if I was shaking a lot. I do need a phone mount, but other than that, oh man, I really like the way it sounds. It might need a little bit more tweaking. Whenever I have free time, I'm gonna check under again, just to see that all the gasket points where the flanges are properly aligned, properly connected. Just make sure that I drive for a while, because with the vibration, the bolts are gonna move a little bit. I do have locks and washers, but I don't really trust those all the time. So I'm gonna drive it maybe a few days and then go back under and check anything that's vibrated and gotten loose, realign everything. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with the way it sounds. So if you guys have a 350Z and it's making a big rattling sound after an exhaust install or headers install, double check your wide pipe, double check the flex joint, double check the hornets, they call it a hornet's nest. I freaking worked pest control before, and hornet's nest don't look like that. But yeah, double check those. If you like the video, you know, subscribe. If you don't want to, fuck it. But I'll be coming out with more, and if you guys, you know, need any help with your VQs, you know, put it on the comments, and you know, I'll read it and try to figure out if I can make a video to help you guys out, because that's what I love to do on the weekends, man. You know, like I work 6 days a week, but on my free time, on my weekend time, dude, I'm always under the car. Like, that's what I love to do on the weekends. So yeah, if you guys ever need help with your VQs, you know, put it on the comments, ask me, whatever, and I'll figure out if I can try to help you guys and gals. But until next time, peace.